The Vanguard, Frontline United, Church in the Field. It's your boy Dito Green. Harlem, let's go. The process execution, get freedom and retribution. I feed them clip and nooses, expose CNN is newsless. Jews is Hebrew-less, they do too much and they Jew-less. This cracker is the devil, Satan and the Yama do this. So we about to do this, we the rhythm of the movement. Got to keep the people moving in this fight, win it or lose it. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. From NY to the Chi, we gon' throw that fist high. Unite on the west side, combine in the south live. I be aiming for your mind, you gon' bump it in your ride. My people, I really need you to get up off your behind. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. Y'all want that black Jesus walk? Hello, my listeners. That cracker in the trunk, that's what we give to our parishioners. You still a slave to your J.O.B.? You a slave, and you can't see that I'm an African. I'm a African. God is done with the rapping gift. Got Harlem on my back and lip. Rapping players can't tackle this. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. From NY to the Chi, we gon' throw that fist high. Unite on the west side, combine in the south live. I be aiming for your mind, you gon' bump it in your ride. My people, I really need you to get up off your behind. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. Freedom Fighter Cypher gave you hurricane relief. Spell hurricane with 3 Ks. Always acknowledge the beast. 1-900 freedom is the number to call to learn what you do for elocution. Food for thought in this war. Protecting was kissed by the sun with my guard and my gun. Every day I'm struggling not to crash before I'm done. Let's go. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. From NY to the Chi, we gon' throw that fist high. Unite on the west side, combine in the south live. I be aiming for your mind, you gon' bump it in your ride. My people, I really need you to get up off your behind. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. I got Harlem blazing on east side location. Peace to brothers getting it between Malcolm and Adam Clayton. Standing between giants, do you get it when I say it? Consciousness awakening, it's well choked to falsification. Initiatives to teach our own the work we give the nation. Black power action, keep my spirit in celebration. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. From NY to the Chi, we gon' throw that fist high. Unite on the west side, combine in the south live. I be aiming for your mind, you gon' bump it in your ride. My people, I really need you to get up off your behind. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. Have integrity but be free and say what you feel. Move the spirit into action, that's that church in the field. Congregate with the people, get the masses to build. Pray to God after prayer, we hold in church in the field. You can rest on the Sabbath, use your weekend to chill. The rest of that week is a battle, we call church in the field. Let's go. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. From NY to the Chi, we gon' throw that fist high. Unite on the west side, combine in the south live. I be aiming for your mind, you gon' bump it in your ride. My people, I really need you to get up off your behind. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. People, get your black fist high. This where we unite on that front line. Yeah. Said I'm soaking up this knowledge, motivated. I swear these words, they give me power, feel to motivate. I expand my aura, watch me glow, I'm feeling so amazing. Yeah. Look, knowledge of self. Piling up wealth, the bigger brick came off the shelf. I just played the hand I was dealt. Studied the cards to beat the odds. I am at one with the gods. My mother's my universe. She gave birth to the star. It's been confirmed in my thoughts.
So every verse I go hard. I'm just full of this black pride. No, I ain't perfect at all. No, we're motivated to be greater, way more than before. Give them this black magic, this should be that sorcerer's flow. Abracadabra, welcome to madness. Created classic proof from out of nowhere. I just started crafting music for my people. Give them proper satisfaction. Action, roll the cameras, yeah, we on. Catch the spotlight, no, I ain't flashing. Low key, you know me, I'm in the cut. All black, rolling reefer up, turn it up. That's my jam right there. Got me feeling like the man right here. Oh yeah, well in advance, I'm aware of the tactics they using. Attack through the music, controlling our youth. Distracted and stupid, got these rappers pushing poison on them. They don't even use it. Came to the conclusion, had to take that frequency and create my own blueprint. Knowledge over trap beats, that black power music. Give my people energy. Swear I'm just a conduit for the ancestors. I don't write, I fine tune it just in case you ever wonder how I do it. So exclusive. Soaking up this knowledge motivate me. I swear these words they give me power, feel them motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hate and use it as a source of inspiration. Motivated, soaking up this knowledge motivate me. I swear these words they give me power, feel them motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hate and use it as a source of inspiration. Motivate. I'm about to level up. I got a daughter on the way, and I support her any means necessary. Baba Brick is transforming it right before your eyes. Treated like a live performance, messed around and lost my religion, waiting on this moment, and nothing seems clear right now. I swear I'm feeling good. My head up in the clouds, chilling on number 9. Tell them look at me now. The monster I trapped inside can finally let it out. You hear them crowds and freedom, what we seeking. Please believe it. I'ma rinse and repeat it until they learn the procedures. This my thesis, the index of my book upon completion. We gon' journey through my world, do this for my baby girl. Motivation levels, no, they never been this high. Incentivized by making sure we survive. Who am I? Yeah, it's Brick. I'm still that same nigga that you knew though. All the way real, nothing pseudo. Soaking up this knowledge motivate me. I swear these words they give me power, feel them motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hate and use it as a source of inspiration. Motivated, soaking up this knowledge motivate me. I swear these words they give me power, feel them motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hate and use it as a source of inspiration. Motivated.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and you are tuned into My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio, and we live on YouTube. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. Hold on right quick. Let me get the Queen Afi on the line. What's good, Queen?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Long day today.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Same old.
What's up?
What's going
Same
on
old.
with you?
I'm alright. And peace to everybody in the chat room. Do us a favor too. Share the post if you can. You know, let's try to get it lit a little bit tonight. And first and foremost, before we get started, Queen, I want to say that publicly I do owe you and Rome an apology for just my shitty, almost non-existent communication skills. And y'all have held me down for the longest time, and I love y'all, and my bad. So I owe that to y'all. So anyway, I ain't want to bring the mood down or anything, but I had to get that off my chest. So.
Yeah, apology appreciated and accepted.
Group hug. Hey, I'm gonna have to boot this dude.
What are you doing?
Okay. My bad. I don't know why do you keep doing this, bro? Like this, Lamont. I'm wondering why he keeps adding his Twitter. What is it? At Kevin16106-734. Wow, that's an interesting Twitter handle, though. That's a lot of numbers in the Twitter handle, I'm just saying. Anyway. Say anything. If you listened to the show before, we really don't talk about shit for the first 15 minutes. A lot of times we tune in a little late. We understand that because we have tuned in late to shit ourselves. And shout out to Damien. Salute to you, King. And if y'all got basically the show is just a water cooler. We just, it's an open discussion. Whatever y'all want to chop it up about. If you hit us up in the inbox, you hit us up on YouTube Live, the My Skin is My Sin channel. And if you have not subscribed, please do that. Am I missing anything, Queen? No. We good? All right. You seen anything interesting lately? Online, social media, just crazy. Like I saw one dude, and I don't know if you saw this post. I did, and I hate to really just talk about the brother, but his hair was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna start off like that. I'm gonna have to start off with something better than that. Actually, you know what? I saw a post. Matter of fact, Rich Porter, and I want to make sure I get this right because I thought it was a really, really interesting post, to be quite honest. And he said there is a big difference in being pro-black and revolutionary.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing, though?
No, I don't think so. But they're definitely different. And they're mutually exclusive. You don't have to be both.
So you can be revolutionary and not pro-black?
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of, Hispanic revolutionaries, a lot of Asian revolutionary. Revolution is definitely that doesn't have anything to do with being pro-black. I don't know what people got confusion, but mutually exclusive.
That is true.
You can be a pro-black revolutionary. That's like saying, a black guy with a blue shirt on. Like, it's just a description. They don't go together. They don't go together unless you put them together.
And at first, I guess the way I looked at it was I kind of took the negative aspect as opposed to looking at it from the positive aspect that it's okay to have different degrees of blackness, for a lack of a better term. We need everybody, we need every bullet in the chamber. So I got it. And then, once I kind of, just read through a couple of comments, it was an interesting build, so shout out to him. And I did tell him, I'm like, man, that'll be a dope-ass topic. We may have to actually make that a whole-ass topic one day because we can really get – because some people in there was, I don't know. But for the most part, it was a really interesting build, and it was informative for me myself. So that was pretty dope. So shout out to you, Rich. And Damien in the chat room want to talk about LeBron and the school for kids. And I know I think this is Shabaka in the queue. I know you want to get on. We're going to chop it up for a little bit, and then we're going to open up the call lines. But the number is 347-855-8692. You got to press 1 if you do want to get on air. My thing with LeBron is, and I really wanted to try something new tonight, but it would leave a big-ass space of time on the Blog Talk replay. But I wanted to see if I can incorporate some of these videos during the live stream and still hear us on the Blog Talk. So I ain't sure if I could do all of that. And I ain't trying to screw nothing up. Because I did have an actual clip of LeBron talking about the school. We might have to try that later on. I don't want to risk it this early on Blog Talk, be bullshitting and be dumped this for the whole show. But I do think that what I don't understand is we want our celebrities to give back. We want our celebrities, and I'm using celebrities, with a grain of salt or in quotation marks, however you want to do it. But we want them to be good people. We want them to be married to one of us, and we want them to give back to the community. Like, how many boxes does this cat have to check before people just stop hating on him?
I don't think anybody wants all of our celebrities to do that. I think we want a significant proportional amount to do that, and unfortunately, we don't. So we don't have that. So he seems to stick out and catch, the grunt of people saying, well, y'all should do that, because he is checking some of the, so people kind of look to him to be the ideal, successful, positive celebrity black man. But you can't please everybody. You're always going to have people that's going to want more and more and more.
That's so true. And the sad part is, it's counterproductive. You say you love black people, and I believe that when you say that, I really do. But then when somebody that has a little money says, you know what, I love black people too, and this is how I want to give back, how about, at least for that moment, giving that man a standing ovation? You know what? Because what that does is that encourages other brothers and sisters that come behind him to do the same. Now, if you slam the man or the woman, whoever does that, that discourages people from doing it in the future. Like, why do I need to incur? It's like you paying to get slandered, literally. Why go through all that? So you're turning people off, and we may not even be knowing it consciously.
I don't see it that way. I see it that the disdain shows that, no, that's not what we need. No, that's not what we want. That's what you've been, advised into thinking that needs to be in the community. But, he's clearly been advised. First of all, I'm sure no one actually thinks that LeBron James has a huge part going into the logistics of establishing a school. His name, he's the face of it. His money's in it. Pretty sure that he's personally invested morally and ethically. But the dude doesn't know anything about putting a school into action. So there's a team behind him somewhere. And if anybody's looking at the photos that's been released on the faculty and staff, you guys will recognize that it is over 80%. I should say 90%, if I sit down and calculation real quick, of non-black faces. I think the problem lies is that people automatically to thinking he was opening a school for black, which he was not. The problem is people have poor comprehension, and most of us like to twist things to fit what we want to see instead of what's actually there. The man opened a public school, and it is a great thing, but I think it's like Obama. I think we expecting something from someone who didn't promise you that shit. He didn't promise all black. Didn't promise pro-black school. The man opened a school in a predominantly black area. Most of the kids are going to be there, but the same education system, it's the same state test that needs to be met and passed. He just got some good perks going on with the school, but it's not a pro-black school. So I do understand people in the community like myself who are still saying you guys are not recognizing our issue. The issue is not a lack of issue, is a lack of school that has our interest at center focus.
And see, the average person, that is being pro-black. You got a black man that put a school in the middle of the hood. Now, are there some white people that's going to benefit from it? Yeah. So I get what you're saying on that end. But to the average, Joe like me, that's like, wow, pro-black is doing something for your people. Now, if he had put that school like in the middle of extra suburbia and it was 2 black people in that school, I could understand that point of contention. But when you do the opposite and you put it, where you come up from, then I respect that. Now, the curriculum, yeah, you're dead on with that one. I can't really say much about that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you teach the kid. They got to pass certain tests to get a quote-unquote diploma. Whether you teach them at the crib or not, they got to pass something with the state. But the curriculum, yeah, I don't know about that one. But I also like the fact that it's more than just a school for the kids. They doing something for the parents too. trying to help them get jobs. They guaranteeing, you can go to college if you graduate. It's like a more holistic, a more educationally holistic approach. Do I think that the curriculum could be doper? Yeah, I do. But then again, I don't know exactly what the curriculum is to keep it a stack. I'm just going off of assumptions. But the school looks dope too.
I mean, that's all good. That's all nice. But people just need to stop saying anything about being pro-black. It's not, none of that word does not fit. No, that's not a pro-black thing by putting a school that still has a white curriculum
what is pro-black?
that's still random. Essentially, okay. See, now we're going to have a little definition in terms of the context that everyone's using. In the context that everybody is using it in, saying pro-black, supposed to be for black people. That's not the case in terms of this school. Now, pro-black, yes. Pro-black is essentially you putting black people first for the betterment of your community in any capacity. So there are some aspects, but the staff does not reflect a pro-black mentality. The faculty does not reflect a pro-black mentality. You know what I'm saying? And the big part of school is who's educating you. So if the people educating you are not black, you cannot call that a pro-black project or initiative. It's just not. There's like staff and faculty. There's 7 people. That includes the principal, teachers, and administrators. 7 out of what, there was maybe like 60, 50 people in the faculty and staff total, and like 7 of them are black. They couldn't have did a better job of letting the community know that they're focused on black education, black future, black initiatives. I held on that part. I think a lot of the aspects about that school are amazing, especially the guaranteed tuition. But there's something, and it wasn't up to him to fix the broken school system. He got a rock rolling, and that's what people need to remember.
Yeah.
He did an awesome thing that a lot of people aren't brave enough to do. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the community at large that's throwing him into a pro-black box, and they shouldn't be.
That's an interesting one. You know what? And I guess that's kind of like what I'm saying too. Like the regular person kind of looks at that as that's some pro-black shit. So maybe there needs to be a more concerted effort to, I don't know. I want to say, I can't even say enlighten people because people have been doing that. I don't know what to say. I really got no.
I think what he's doing is perfectly fine. And if somebody got an issue with it, then they need to open a school and add in whatever he left out. But it's not his job to have the perfect, only pro-black school. For one, you can't have a public school black only. So that should have told people right there to stop using the word pro-black. But he did an amazing initiative, and hopefully more people with money follow suit. But it's not going to be right until we're educated by ourselves.
That's
it's never
going to be right
until we control our curriculum and we're disseminating our own curriculum. It's not going to be right until that happens. But I applaud him for a great step.
That's a dope ass way to put it. And we got somebody in the queue already too. If you want to get to 4784 right quick. What's good, fam? 4784?
Yeah, man.
Oh, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? How you been?
Oh, doing good, man. How's life?
Well, it picked up somewhat, so I can't really complain shit. I ain't called a long time, so like the whole topic thrown me for a loop. So what's the topic?
Pretty much, we just an open discussion, man. We're doing the water cooler tonight. So whatever's on your mind, and like Damien in the chat room, I was saying, like the regular person, the regular black person, and he was like, "What's regular?" I was just about to get into the like what my definition of the regular black person to me, They see some of the stuff. They see the stuff that's going on. Some of them overlook it. Some of them don't. It's the person in the middle of that wants to do something, but ain't trying to do much, and it's just keeping it a stack. That's like on the fringes of wanting to learn some shit, and if they happen to come across the right person, they will be open to it, but not necessarily they about to go sit at nobody's lecture. If that even makes sense.
Well, I'm going to keep it to you like this, bro. I still think LeBron is trash, man. I don't give a fuck what that dude do outside of basketball. I don't give a fuck what he do. He's still overrated as hell.
Are you talking about as a basketball player, bro?
As a basketball player, he is trash. He is overrated, and that's just he's not the GOAT. We ain't about to sit up here and do that. Now, man,
he is the best player, bro.
He is the best player to never have a great team. It is a huge difference. Go back and look at your history.
The best player to never have a great team.
Go look at your damn history of LeBron.
Right, and look at that. You kind of making my point though, King, because he took a bunch of bums on two different occasions.
No. Dwayne Wade was not a bum. Dwayne Wade was already certified before he even got there, so we're not gonna do that one. You might say that shit with the Cavs, but as far as the Heat was already a certified championship team.
So let me ask you this then. So he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. Where do you rank him?
He ain't over Kobe.
Okay, like where do you rank him? He top 5? He top 10?
I put it like this. He is top 5. He's not the GOAT. He's one of the greatest players in the game, not the greatest player.
All right, and we ain't gonna dominate it too much with this one, but make your case. Who is the GOAT? And make your case as to why they are the GOAT over LeBron.
Michael Jordan.
If you say because he got 6 rings, then you're being disingenuous. You need to be saying Bill Russell.
Hold on, no, we ain't gonna do that, bro. You're not gonna sit up here and say stat for stat he's better than Jordan, but that one damn stat that counts the most, it don't matter. We ain't gonna do that bullshit.
I mean, but we're not gonna act like Jordan didn't have like another top 50 player with him his whole career. We're not gonna act like he did added another top 50 player in my book with Dennis Rodman throughout his career. Like if you want to talk about the teams that like you put Jordan on the Cavs teams when LeBron went the first time, they don't even get to the playoffs.
Oh wow, okay, that's your only excuse. That's the only card you can pull out your ass. That one right there. Jordan failed in the play. Was Jordan when he lost in playoff games?
Huh?
Was Michael Jordan at his final form when he lost and got kicked out of the motherfucking finals? Yes or no?
Michael Jordan didn't lose in the finals, though, bruh.
No, I'm telling you. Because y'all like to throw this, okay, this person got him out the playoffs, this person did that. The difference between that and LeBron is that nobody even thought Jordan would be what he was in that era.
I'm still trying to figure out why you come on so aggressive. Like, did you lose some money or something? What is the deal?
Actually, I did lose some money on that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
You extra aggressive for no reason.
I ain't even gonna lie. When he first played the Cavs, I was like, oh hell yeah, safe bet. Let me take that $100 bet.
You called that one.
Well, we don't. You can, tone it down a little bit.
All I'm saying though, bro, is if I walk in the gym, we at the Y, and Jordan is in his prime and LeBron is in his prime, I'm picking Bron.
Stop. Don't finish.
You do what you want to do with your pick.
Stop playing with that, man. Y'all, I know this man ain't there. But I do think it's a great idea for him to put a black school in the bad neighborhood. I do think that's dope. But as far as on the court, nah.
And Patrick Ewing is not the GOAT, man. I got 2 words for you, bro.
You hating. Now you bitter on something. I wasn't going to bring him up.
I'm not hating, man. I'm talking. King Hebrew in the chat room said Patrick Ewing is the GOAT. Like, no, bro, that's just unacceptable. He is not, man.
Call him out. Okay, so you got LeBron to go over Pat Ewing.
Yeah, are you kidding me, bro? Are you? Did you just say that, man?
Bruh. Damn, Josh, wow. Man, how long we knew each other, man? You gonna say that? I've never seen you talk like this.
Oh my goodness, man. And correction, yeah, we did kind of Damien is like it's not a black school, and see that's what I'm saying. Like the average person, we look at it like it is. You know, so y'all actually technically y'all actually right on what y'all saying though, and the way that y'all broke it down, especially you, Queen. You know, it makes sense. You know, so I get exactly what you're saying, and I would agree. You know, but for most of us, the way when you don't have somebody that narrates it that way, you look at it as that's a black school.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't look to these black celebrities as inspiration or anything. Because it has to be from the people if the people is going to fix anything.
Yep.
That, like, people is, like, losing that concept. I listen to a lot of people, anti-pro-black and pro-black, and the one thing that they have in common is that until the people fix themselves, ain't nothing ever going to get fixed for them.
Oh wait, I'm gonna have to stop you there. Because it's nothing that we doing to ourselves that's left to our own devices. We are victims of a broken.
Oh no, I see that. I did not say that. I did not say that.
Oh, because I did not say that. Folks, you know, creating our own situation. Y'all gonna stop that shit.
I believe
there's an old ass incorrect narrative.
That Jobs once said a long time ago that it is a catch-22. You don't want to not acknowledge that it has been socially engineered for us to be behind because it'll get people a crutch, but you cannot not acknowledge that though. So it's kind of a catch-22. If that makes sense.
I can barely remember yesterday, bro. But I wrote what did you say? I said it.
You didn't say that shit,
but
bro.
to keep it a stack, I mean, yeah, you know, like we've been put in it shit has been orchestrated for us to fail.
The shit I read, yeah, bro. You don't want to know the depth of how this shit is orchestrated. Like it really is.
But it's shit that we can't do to change our situation if we all did it together.
First of all, we got to come together. We have to get out of this mindset that we all have to have one thought process, and that's never going to happen. We just got to have one common goal.
Yeah. You know, or at least one firm common enemy that, and I don't think that unilaterally we think that we do have a firm common enemy, and we do. You know, we got to have something that's going to bind us, you know, at least to the extent that we can get shit done.
Everybody is scared to think outside the box in this situation. Because motherfuckers don't want to think that what if the pro-black people that is spitting all the truth is the ones that's holding us back the most.
How would you say that, though? That doesn't even make no sense.
Just throwing it out. Hey, just throwing it out there. Just saying.
I wouldn't.
Sit back and think, man. I'll be sitting back and think, like, what if that is designed to keep us where it's at? To keep us as low as possible.
It is not that. It is us being socially engineered, if you will, to want to be mad at each other all the time. Or want to look at the negative in each other. Like that, that's the generation after generation after generation of building up that shit. So that's a tough one to get over. But when people got some real good wisdom and they got some real good information, and it doesn't have to be somebody that is the dumbest person on the planet or the smartest person on the planet. Wisdom can come from anywhere, you know. But and those people that have you know, advanced themselves intellectually, especially about our people, definitely got a lot of good shit to offer. And I think a lot of times what we do is we look at the couple that get a lot of hype that may not be above reproach, and we tend to generalize. But there's a lot of cats that don't get a lot of hype that really are putting out some good quality information and do it because they love black people.
True. But, bro, you really don't be remembering your episodes, do you?
Man, I can barely remember what I put on yesterday, bro. I'm old.
But, God damn, you got top 5. You got top 5 episodes that was like groundbreaking.
Let me ask you this. Well, I didn't say I don't forget every episode. Don't get me wrong, but let me ask you this: if I asked you what you wore 2.5 years ago, would you be able to tell me?
Pretty much, yeah, because I'm betting you black pants, black shoes, and a shirt.
Let me specify this, and then I'm gonna get to the next caller because I got 323 in the queue. But if I asked you 2.5 years ago, Thursday, November the 7th, what you wore?
Black pants, blue shirt.
Man.
You just gonna lie your way through it, huh? Right. You just gonna keep rolling with it, huh?
That's what I wear 365 days in a year. It's called a job uniform, bro.
Man, stop, man. You know what I'm saying. You know, like, we've done a lot of shows, bro. So not every show and everything I say I'm going to remember. Although I do try. Yeah, Damien, I am. 72, bro. I'm old.
You ain't that old.
Man. I had a rotary phone in my house, bro.
So did I. And you
just like to hoard things. That's not being old.
Man, whatever, man. Hey, I'm gonna put you on hold, bro. Don't go nowhere. But let me get to this 323 call right quick.
All right, man. I'm out.
All right, no doubt, man. Peace and good looking for calling up, bro. All right, let me get to 323 right quick. I think this is Shabaka. What's good, fam? All right. I didn't do nothing. What's good, fam?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, this is Black Experience, man. Good evening to you, John. How you doing?
Hey, you got? Hey, Shabaka.
Yes,
it sounds like you're in a hurricane, bro.
Well, actually, man, I'm out here in the middle of the San Joaquin Valley of California, man, and this wind is blowing real tough. But, I'm just saying, man, y'all doing a dynamic show tonight, man, so I'm going to keep you all out, man, until I get about this wind, because I'm out here, handling my business.
Oh, no doubt, man. I do appreciate you calling up, too, bro. And when you get out the hurricane, man, give us a call back.
Yes, sir, absolutely, most definitely. Okay, talk to you in a few.
All right, no doubt, bro.
Thanks, bro.
That shit looked that sounded pretty deadly right there. I feel for the brother. Be safe, King. 11 days older, huh, Damien? Oh my goodness. Oh, and I'm trying to think, and I really should write shit down. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna write this down. And then I turn the channel, and some in my mind is super interesting. And a couple of hours later, I done forgot whatever it is, whatever idea I done had. Because I know, oh shit, it is on the. I'll come back to it. I know I will. And wow, that's dope though, man. Damien, you an Aquarius too, huh, bro? That's what's up. That makes a lot of sense. And shout out to King Hebrew. Shout out to Lamont Hill. Damien in the chat room, do us a favor, share the show. If you do want to get on air, the number is 347-855-8692, and pretty much it's just chopping it up about anything. If it's going down in our community, hit us up about it. Let's talk. Oh, did you see the dude? This dude was like Hulk Hogan times 60. Some I guess it was an Uber driver slapped this guy. And that guy was like my size. I'm like 5'5". And what's good, Dark Warrior? Salute to you. And he slaps this dude who is probably like 6 times as big as him. This big dude grabs him and hurls him into a fountain of water. Do you think he should have took it to that level? What you say?
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, man, I might have to look that one up and play that one, and I might do that towards the end just to see if we can do it, and that'd be pretty dope if we really can. And actually we got somebody else in the queue too. Let me get to this 1204 right quick. What's good,
what
fam?
up? How you? What's good? It's King.
What's going on, bro?
I would ask you, what's your opinion on the Dak Prescott comments?
Oh,
Wait, on whose comment?
Dak Prescott,
Prescott.
the quarterback for the Cowboys.
Oh.
Who basically, I don't know if you heard about it, but the owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, is basically like, y'all niggas is gonna stand, and if you don't, you won't be a Cowboy, period. And Dak was pretty much like, and I'm paraphrasing everybody, was pretty much like, that ain't the time to protest. I understand the social injustice, blase splee. Me personally, just don't say anything. They put that man in a really fucked up position intentionally. Because he a black man at the head of America's team. So they really put him in a really, really, really fucked up position, and they knew that going into the deal, and they did not give a shit. If I were him, and even if I agreed with them, which I don't, but if I were him and I agreed with them, I would not have made a statement at all. Just would have left the shit alone. But what he said, I was just disappointed in. I really was. Like, I'm
Do you think he's trying to play both sides of the fence?
He don't have a choice in his mind.
Yeah, in his mind, he definitely got a choice.
So basically, he's not thinking for himself then.
I mean, no, he's not. He's thinking about, I may be able to do something to change the narrative of my personal family, not of black people, not of people in his community, not people in his neighborhood, but of the people that is personally nuclear family and extended. So he's being selfish to an extreme extent.
Hey, let me ask you this. Are we putting too much pressure on these athletes?
A lot of these athletes benefit from the neighborhood protecting them coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That love should be reciprocated, and that should be an expectation. There shouldn't be pressure, because that should just be a normal response. It really should. Like, if you look at the cat that's in the 8th grade that is top 5 ball player in his city. Even the thuggiest thugs in his neighborhood don't fuck with that kid, because they know he could be that kid to get out that neighborhood. So they live, they got hood privileges that the rest of most people don't. They should reciprocate that when they get on. Period. And that's in anything you do. If you make, if you have the means to do something, it doesn't mean that you are going to do, my opinion of doing something and your opinion of doing something may differ, but if our goals are the same, then you do what you feel is best for you. But if you got it, you should. That's just my 2 cents. So I don't know if that's answering your question about us expecting too much. What do you think, Queen?
I mean, I don't look to celebrities or athletes or whatever for inspiration or some kind of expectation of what should be going on, but they are aware that the majority of people do, especially grown men and young children. So you know that when you cash that paycheck or when that direct deposit hit, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the black community is co-signing you. So, yeah, I think that you should reciprocate and do something for where you came from, not always where you got to. You know what I'm saying? So they do a lot for these communities when they get there, charities and all of this whatnot. There's a whole bunch of charities in the black community, and if it's not one, you can start one.
Facts. And see, the sticky situation is I have a really, and it just drives people crazy, but I just cannot not look at the complete situation. And a lot of us see a lot of shit at work. Most of us work for white folks. Period. Most of us do. And a lot of people see a lot of fucked up shit at work and ignore that shit because they too have bills to pay. We feel like, well, he got $1 million, he should just do X, Y, and Z. Well, you just working to fry at McDonald's. You can get another gig too, bro, doing the same thing. So that therein lies the rub. It's like we expecting things of celebrities that we aren't willing to do ourselves. To me.
Or are we scared though?
Not all of us. The reason why I quit my professional job. So not everybody. Some of us don't wait for other people to set the example. If we feel like something is wrong, goddamn, we know it's wrong. And I mean, people with the paycheck, I don't know. I just feel like it's such a old excuse. There are a million jobs, there are a million different things that people can do. It's just people are comfortable where they are with what they can afford. But occasionally, morals take some kind of sacrifice, and sometimes it's a financial sacrifice. People see it to be permanent, the permanence in the situation, that of, okay, I got to stand up for what I feel. It's not right. I may have a couple of weeks, a couple of months between looking for a job. Can I manage that? That should be how the conversation should go, not, oh, I need my job, so let me keep my head down and keep working.
And you know what that makes me think of? The brothers that raised their fist. What was that? The '68 Olympics.
Mhm.
And the repercussions that they suffered throughout their lifetime thereafter, and how as a community we sat back and watched. And I think that is a fear of some quote unquote black celebrities, is that if they do speak out, like quote unquote for the people, are the people gonna hold them down when the repercussions occur? It's like everybody is in agreement that they should do something, but then when they do, we ain't in agreement on helping their ass. Because we don't see them as needing help. And just because you quote-unquote made $1 million, we not in your bank account. We don't know that you got a mortgage that's $50,000 a month. We don't know that you got, the $10,000 in car payments or whatever, whatever your situation is. It may be as tenuous as the rest of us. We just don't know. You just doing it with bigger numbers. So it's that's a tough one. I personally, I haven't watched football, I don't know, over a year. I'm not supporting it. I fucks with Kaepernick, and I think that all the brothers should stand in line with that one. That's just me personally, but I also had an ability to at least put myself in their shoes or make an attempt. So it's a lot of other shit that we could be beefing about too. But go ahead, bro.
I think people want them to be Muhammad Ali. That's my opinion. Muhammad Ali lost a lot of money standing up for what he believed in.
Yeah, but what people don't see is that black people held Muhammad Ali down. Like if you go back and look at his story, like it was a lot of brothers that put some money up for Muhammad Ali when he wasn't able to make any. That's how he was really able to make it through. And we're not doing that.
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali was honest about him needing the assistance at that particular time when they cut him off. Muhammad Ali was honest and went to the community, and people rallied behind him. These celebrities now don't want to do that because it makes them look broke. It makes them look bad. So they rather keep their head down and get the money than to rock the boat and risk not being in the same comfortable position they were in before and having to ask for some assistance. So if these goddamn, facades they hold up are crushing. Not that he could.
That
it's
makes
not
sense.
that any of them couldn't. So.
Because you don't know about a person's situation unless they say something. And a lot of motherfuckers will sit at home and they pride to let them, fall down real hard when they don't have to. I have been one of those people, to keep it a stack, So yeah, that I agree with you on that. People got to speak up, But that was dope that celebrities back in his day held him down, quote unquote black celebrities held him down, and they made it easier for other black celebrities to step out and say something, because that was a fear that they removed, and they had the bread to do it, and they did it collectively. That's what we're not seeing today. Is like, why aren't the NFL players and the NBA players doing shit together? As far as the protests. Why aren't they speaking out as one? Or whatever sports you play, or whatever you do as a celebrity, why are we not? Where is the pro-black We Are the World? That type of shit. Why are we not doing cross promotions for people? Jay-Z and I don't know who in football. Is Michael Bennett still playing?
Yeah.
But you get my point. Like those type of promotions. Why are we not doing things as a united front? Shout out to them, by the way, dope ass group. And to me, in my head, this shit just seems really simple. It just does, and I agree with you, Damian. Ali will be venerated always for his loyalty and love for black people. Facts. I agree with that. And there's peace, and then there's liberation. And do me a damn, if you ain't busy, Chester, call up and explain that one, bro. I like that. I don't. It's so many variables, man. When you get to talking about black celebrities, and it's like we do a really bad job of creating our own neighborhood celebrities, that aren't entertainers or that aren't basketball players or football players, but that kid that been getting a 4.0 since they was in the first grade. Why they not a celebrity in your hood? Or that kid that said, "No, man, I'm rocking this fro. And if I can't walk across the stage, I just can't walk across the stage, but I'm rocking this fro." Or that kid is trying to do something for y'all community. Why they not heroes in our community?
It's a good point.
It's like there's so many levels to it, but at the end of the day, not, and I'm learning it more and more, and truly beginning to appreciate just knowledge. And the earlier that, when we make studying a satisfying experience for our youth, and not just studying, the quote unquote typical curriculum, but studying about us. When that becomes a satisfying experience for our young people, generationally, that's going to do wonders. So I really am starting to appreciate, and it got nothing to do with LeBron. This is before LeBron, and there are a lot of African-centered based schools across the country. Make no mistake about that, So, and I'm not saying that to besmirch LeBron, but there's somebody in your community that doesn't have the finances that LeBron does, but still has the love. If you can't reach out to that person or people, help your school to help your kids. You feel me? Damn it, I'm trying to read what 38 million blacks in the USA out of what, 350 million. guessing around the numbers. We are still too spread out, a few billion across the world. The revolution will be in code. Like, even though we are spread out, technology has given us the ability to have an actual revolution in a whole different way, but just as effective, if not more so. You know, so I don't know, like, even though we are more spread out, there's a lot of things that we could do to collectively, you know, even if we just duplicated the bus boycott from the 60s, if we did that on a national scale, all black people ain't riding public transportation. We done with this shit. Or if we decided all black people are no longer paying city taxes because we are not getting what we bargained for our money. And if we did that across the nation, even though we're not all geographically in the same location, you better believe that'll make a hell of a difference. Especially in cities where we got a lot of black folks. You know,
I think y'all are underestimating it. I think y'all are underestimating the fact that a lot of black people don't want to be invested in just black people. They welcome immigration. They welcome being. There's a lot of black people that don't like being black. They so deeply indoctrinated. They believe all the stereotypes. You know, they think white is right, and that's a small percentage. And I don't believe that white folks put out about how many black people are in the country, and black people dominate the planet. A couple billion. Yeah, Asians got a lot over there, but will always be more melanated people on this planet than anyone else because we are better to survive the conditions of this planet than anyone else. So scientifically, it's always going to be that way. If they get rid of us, they're going to be getting rid of themselves indirectly. So that it's always going to be that way. But we just got too many black people here that want to be integrated into white society.
They want to be accepted.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what integration is. They want to be accepted.
All right. Well, let's say his numbers is right. 38 million black folks in the country. Let's say out of that 38 million, 8 million of us all agree to not pay our city taxes. And in that case, we would have to start with the larger cities and work our way in. You know, the largest concentrations of black folks.
Like
I bet your ass. You're right. If the tri-state area, what is that? New York, Jersey, and I forget the other one.
Connecticut.
Yeah. If they all in that area said, nope, we ain't paying no city taxes, it's gonna be a problem. They need that money.
They do shit. They can't like everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you.
You can't like everybody else.
No. I mean, you know what? I guess it just it's how pissed off you get. Basically, we got to get to the point where we, you know, a lot more of us are so pissed off that we willing to overlook, you know, what'll happen to us personally.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line right there, you know. And I did want to let y'all know y'all are tuned into My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio, and we on YouTube Live. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. And yeah, we do need to own the city, the governor, the mayor, the districts, the police, and the city workers. And we don't do a good enough job of recognizing talent in our young people and cultivating that talent. You know, it's a lot of kids out here that are phenomenal poets or for whatever reason they just lend themselves to the law or they do this, they do that. And we see it early on and a lot of times we not giving enough effort of ourselves to listen to them. and to act on their needs, and not just their needs like, oh, he need a pair of shoes, but their needs as far as their growth potential.
I need 90% of the show.
You need what?
I need 90% of the show.
Man, hey, you got 90% of the debt. Oh my goodness. And I did forget to tell y'all the number is 347-855-8692. If you want to get on air, you just press 1. And honestly, it's the water cooler. We're just talking about whatever, whatever comes to mind. And actually, I'm going to put you on hold, King, and I'm going to get to this next caller, 5137, right quick. And we'll try to bring everybody back on in a minute if we can. Give me 1 second, bro. And shout out to King Hebrew, man. Dope, brother. Let me get to 5137. What you say, Queen?
No, King Hebrew, shout out to him. Dedicated brother. Loyal.
Dedicated brother. Facts. Appreciate that. 5137, what's good, fam?
Yo, peace, bro.
What's going on, bro?
It's Dark Warrior, baby. What's going on?
What's going on? It's Dark Warrior, baby.
I'm good.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. I just want to drop it. I'm always supporting the show. I appreciate what you're doing, man. I just wanted to elaborate. I just heard some points here and there, but just to elaborate more on what I spoke on earlier, the difference between peace and liberation is just quite simple. And that is those who just want to assimilate to be at peace in their own immediate circle. Most people just want to just get along to be alone. They don't want no strife because it's very little that you're going to lose, right? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
in the pursuit of peace, there's very little that you're going to lose and gain. You're just taking care of self. You're in your own immediate circle and everything is fine. We all know that with liberation, you sacrifice everything, most importantly, life. And most of us are not prepared for that. So, unfortunately, the Dak Prescotts and all the others, that's just a peace talk right there. And to clarify more, I recommend the listeners go buy the book, The $40 Million Slave. Read that book. And that explains a lot about the mindset and how everything has been put into content, man. So that's all I wanted to say to you and Affy, man. You guys are doing great. I love the show. And keep supporting y'all, man. I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you, King.
And I'll keep sharing the show. I shared the show about 10 people. I got about 10 to 15 people that I really rock with like that. I sent it out to them so they log in and support you guys. And I'm always appreciate what you do, man. This is real talk, man. So that's all I had to say. I don't like talking much anymore, man. I just wanted to just show my support with the family and say peace to everybody, man. You guys enjoy your evening.
No doubt, bro. You too, man. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you and your family too, bro.
Absolutely. All right. Peace.
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 Now that motherfucker right there is one of the smartest brothers I know.
Right.
He knows some shit. Yeah, we actually he was a guest on the show before, and that was very dope. And like I said, man, dude, definitely. And Damien is a smart dude too, man. And I'm not saying that anybody else isn't a smart dude. Everybody that I've come across for whatever reason, just I don't know, I just come across some intelligent people. It balances out my inability to study, or my unwillingness to study.
Yeah.
Okay, my laziness. I'm getting to the truth. I got to build up to it. But I have learned a shitload of stuff, though. I will say that. So for that, I am appreciative. I think I've learned a little something from, a host of people, and it's crazy too. Even people you don't think you're gonna learn some shit from, a lot of times teach you something.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, You know, and a lot of times, you know, it's the people that you don't expect to even learn something from, and who are making absolutely no effort to actually teach you anything. You know, and which is a long ass way of saying you can learn from people's mistakes. I guess I could have said that in the beginning. You know, and I'm rereading Damien's comment about owning the local government basically, and I remember when I was a kid in Detroit, well, I don't know about a teenager, it was an area of Detroit that no longer wanted to be a part of the city of Detroit. And they literally voted themselves into their own independent city. I didn't even know you could do that shit up until that point. And I believe the name of the city now is East Detroit.
Yep, that's like the city I live in is Jersey Village. It's inside of Houston. So technically, it's its own little city right inside of Houston. We have a couple of them. Jersey Village, Bel Air is its own little city, Copperfield, and they're all inside of Houston. And they did exactly that. They voted. They, got their own tax system. They pay more, of course, because they don't get to use the city's assets. But they voted and, works out. So.
And, I've been thinking about it, too. I'm not 100%, I'm not even close to 100% as far as, what is it? Is it repatriating or expatriating? Whatever it is, moving to Africa, being a solution. And I'm starting to move over to your way of thinking on that one a little bit. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. If in fact true liberation,
you're becoming a rational person.
Huh?
What you're saying is you're becoming a rational person.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could say that. And shout out to King Hebrew. Definitely learned something from you too, King. I did not want to besmirch your reputation there, brother. I don't know why I used that word, but yeah, I guess I am becoming a regular person, or a more practical person. I mean, in the long run, I think that would be the best position, the best place for any of us to be, long term as far as sustainability and the resources that they got that's in house, so to speak. So yeah, I do agree with that. I personally would not want to be amongst the ones that go. I just wouldn't. I'm a routine individual. I mean, I got a lot of excuses. I don't feel like leaving somewhere that I feel like we built this bitch too. But I'm getting closer to your way of thinking, so I just wanted to put that out there. What do y'all think too? Do you think that our solution for liberation and freedom is actually moving to Africa? And I'm sorry, go ahead, Queen.
I don't think everybody should go. I don't think all of us should go. There are definitely to be had by staying in this country. I think people need to understand that if you're going to stay in this country, your focus needs to not be on gaining any kind of liberties. It needs to be on forming an identity here. Because the biggest thing about Black Americans is there is no identity here. There's no culture here. So without that,
I disagree with that right there, though. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish, though.
I mean, you can. That's what it is. There is no cultural or identity aside from stereotypes for Black Americans. There's not. And until one is established, no one else here is going to look at the Black populace as a culture of people that have a land, that have their own set of bylaws and understanding and restrictions and policies. It's not going to happen because we don't have a cultural foundation that we all agree upon here. And that's why we look to outside of this country, people like me, for Africans. There's not one here. So you can't be a Jewish community here and have your own politics and ways within America. You can't be Native, and I'm talking these $5 Indians and the lighter natives here that actually have status. They have a cultural foundation and understanding, so they have their own way of life and running things. And for the most part, other people in this country respect that. It's like when you think of Native Americans, you know a lot of their customs, you know their own policies. You know Jewish people do it. I mean, even people that come to the country, they like Little Chinatown, and you even have Haiti and Little Jamaica, and because they have a cultural identity. Black people here do not. It's meshed into the throwaway white people that came here. But if the white people can say, "Oh, my great grandfather was Scandinavian or Irish or you know what I'm saying?" The majority of us can't do that, and a lot of us who can do it don't do it because I think a large part of it is they don't want to identify as African. For one, a lot of it is people don't understand science and biology too. And then the third one is a lot of people when they're going to have to be confronted with what do they do at that point.
I mean, I think that we can't confuse, or at least the way I'm hearing it is like I'm confusing culture and lineage, because we definitely have a culture here. Hell, most of the culture in this country is ours. We created that shit. They just stole that shit from us.
But that's global black culture. I mean American black culture. Aside from the stereotype, and no, I'm not talking about the hip hop. I mean culture.
I mean like when we jump,
we
jump a broom when we get married here. Ain't that culture?
But that comes from Africa. That's not even necessarily something that came from Black Americans here. The majority of our really old heritage, cultural aspects of our heritage come from Africa.
Like when I say, I go back to
Detroit
and I say, what up, though, to somebody. They know exactly what I mean. Ain't that a cultural term? Or let's say me and some other random ass brother or sister is at a cafeteria, and we see some white person do something real shady as fuck, and that look that we give each other, like, yeah, nigga, I seen that look too. That's culture, ain't it? That we can know that with each other, that we can speak to each other without speaking to each other.
That's not exclusive to us. I'm about Black Americans here. What is exclusive to us that is not found anywhere else? Answer that
I mean,
question.
Can we help it that we create such dope shit that people steal it all the time?
No, we can't. We can't help that, but that doesn't negate my point, and that doesn't answer my question. What do we have here that we developed here, invented here, started here, that wasn't influenced by anyone else? What is our Black American culture? We don't have a cultural identity. We got a bunch of bits and pieces of a lot of things that we mesh together. And not that something necessarily wrong with that, but we need to identify what that is, and we need to start building our political foundation on it. We need to start building our educational foundation on it. Like when we understand what our culture is, we can start understanding how to incorporate other aspects that we rely on other cultures for upon our own culture. When we understand our cultural identity, we can get our education curriculum together. We can get our health and medicine together. Because I don't care what anybody says, you can't treat all humans the same way. Our bodies are different. But we go to these hospitals that are built off of what's best for white people. And it's not this. Yeah. It's like going as a woman going to the gynecologist or something. Like, oh, your BMI is 20. It should be a 19 for your height. Motherfucker, that's a white woman. It's not a black woman. Like, we care, you know true. What I'm saying? But we don't think about those things. We just kind of go. We live our life based on what regulations and rules that are best for white people, dietary requirements that are best for white people. Even go out in the sun on the news every day. Oh, the SPF is this. You should wear sunscreen. Da da da. They're talking to white people. Clearly, they're not talking to us.
Oh,
but
that's
nobody
cool.
bats an eye. Nobody bats. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need y'all telling me about what is appropriate for the day. I'm black. I'm good. I'm good every. You know, we just need to be thinking about those kind of things. What's best for us, and we have to recognize that we are a different people. All Americans aren't the same. So when we understand that, a lot of it, I blame a lot of things on integration and assimilation. But you know, you can't go and assimilate into I can't up and go move into Japanese culture and start eating everything.
It assimilates someone, you know, well, not assimilate, it just morphing, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what is that? It's not an oxymoron. Anyway, I get what you're saying. You know, you're going to absorb some of that culture.
It's not going to be an ideal situation for me physically or mentally if I just up and go move to Japan. You know what I'm saying? For some reason we think that we live in a white society with white diet, with white working, and think that we're supposed to be healthy and well and it don't work like that. You can't get better in a sick environment. And if anybody thinks that America is not sick, I don't think that they leave out their door every day.
All right, hold on. We got a couple people in the queue. I'm gonna get the 7404 right quick, and then I'm gonna get back to 4969. 7404, what's good, fam?
What's up? Good evening, Job. Good evening, Afi.
Jake Dizzle in the building. What's going on, bro?
Man, just called to see what y'all doing up out here. Join the bill.
Just chop it up, bro.
Pull over so I can dodge some of this traffic, you know what I'm saying, on the freeway. So I figured I'd pull over and just chop it up, you know what I'm saying. I know when I'm traveling, my phone will go out. My phone will go out when I'm traveling, so I gotta park it so I can, you know, and really chop it up. What's good with y'all?
Oh man, we just sit here, you know, just talking about we just talked about some everything.
I heard y'all building on culture just now.
Talking about being black in America.
Yeah. Exactly. I have to use that one too. Remind me to take that clip, Queen. We got to make you a commercial.
Yeah. I think about the culture piece. I think you guys both are right about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have culture or maybe subcultures. However, like when you really contrast it to what we lost in our sojourn here, not being able to practice our culture, you could virtually say we're really kind of trying to rebuild our culture because we lost so much. We forgot so much. So, you know what I'm saying? Like we do have certain different things. And I think the jump in the broom is something that is something that was developed here, if my memory serves me correctly. But overall, you know, we have certain little things that we do, certain celebrations and traditions. Rather we really practice them like we should, that's a different story. But when you contrast it and you compare it to what we lost and you compare it to, you know what I'm saying, what we did have before the interruption in our great legacy, you could virtually say, yeah, we really lost so much that you could pretty much say we don't have an exclusive, defined culture like a lot of people.
Yeah, I gotta admit, she right on that one. Let me get Roman on the line too, right quick, fam.
Yeah.
What's good, Ron?
Yo, what's good, family?
We got Jay Dizzle in the house. We got Roman the plug. We got the Queen Afi.
Yo, peace.
Hey. And we talking about culture. You know, black culture in America. Is there even one? And Afi made a hell of a point to the point where now it's got me thinking, because I'm always, you know, I was always one of those people like, man, we got, you know, it's certain shit that I do in my hood that don't nobody do in their hood. That's a culture that we develop. You know, it's a certain way you operate, and that's how I'm viewing culture. But when you think about, I guess that would be like a micro view. But when you think for, you know, the macro view of black folks, we really don't have a culture to stand on unilaterally or as a community.
Nah, you know, we can't have shit, bro. You know, it's our culture is white culture. They take all that shit.
Exactly. In this country, our culture is white culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
We
eat their
can't have
food.
shit.
We're educated by them.
Yeah.
For it, most of us, we learn our financing. I mean, we learn our
Values.
our social behaviors from them. We're even developing a lot of their health issues. Like, our culture in this country is white culture.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what's over
even,
and shit.
we can't even have the fucking nay, bro. They stole that. Like, god damn.
Man, yeah, that is.
You know, the only thing white people left us with is the motherfucking electric slide. That's the only motherfucking dance they ain't still.
And that's only that my damn ring.
Electric slide.
Hey, yo, speaking of that, there is a song, something about Jason Heimer Dunker Schmitzel or some shit like that. I'm at work yesterday.
John
And
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
yes.
His name is my name.
They all singing this song. And I'm like, I ain't never heard that shit in my life. It must be a how do I say, a suburban thing or something I said to that effect.
Yeah. I definitely learned a white ass school, so I don't know why they're singing it nowadays, but I remember that like third, fourth grade, something like that.
Wow, you actually knew that shit, huh?
Yeah.
What exactly does it mean?
His name is my name too. I don't know. It's probably
It's Joseph Jacob Jingleheimer. Yes, his name is my name too. There's like a whole little song.
Yeah, like that shit is probably some sick meaning behind killing niggas or something behind it. But so we
sounds like some
though.
Jewish shit. The Heimerheimer.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want to give myself in
German
trouble.
Jew shit.
I ain't
Jewish
asking you
shit.
questions. Yo, so I just left that shit alone. But that brings up a question though. For those of you out there that have that do work for white folks, are you two different black people? Are you a different black person at work than you are at home? And is that a necessary evil?
I think that depends on the job, because I've seen some ratchet ass folks working at different places. So I think that kind of depends on the line of work that you're in.
Yeah. I mean, like I do construction, so I don't really have to I don't have to chum it up and be all corporate and shit like that, because everybody just talks greasy. Everybody can pretty much be yourself if you're doing what you do. I mean, am I walking around there with some swag like, you know what I mean, fuck you crackers and shit like that? Or no, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's a certain kind of jobs you don't really have to, because I'm not performing, so to speak, for customers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do what we do, we build what we build, so it's not really necessary for me to coon it up or to nice guy it up or give them a different persona. It's not really so necessary. But I've had those corporate jobs where, you know what I'm saying, you might have to speak a little bit, you know, if you're in sales, business to business sales, corporate sales and stuff like that. And I've had those kind of jobs where, I'm not wearing black fist necklace and shit, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. But what I do notice, though, I'm going to tell you like this, though, just for people out there, I mean, like, there's a difference between, like, being professional and then trying to act like them. So think about it like this. Like, when a white person comes around you, even if he's from the hood, like, you know if he's just faking it, trying to fit in. Hey, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know that's some fake shit. And it's like, I respect you more if you just go ahead and be your cool white guy self rather than trying to act like you know what I'm saying, you're something you're not. And I think that they see that sincerity too. So, like, you know what I'm saying, you could be yourself without, you know, being offensive and stuff like that. And I think that will resonate more, like I used to be in sales. So, like, you know, I'm not trying to pretend I'm white. I'm just being me, but, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to what my job is. And I think that gives you more of a sincere aura, which will make you build rapport and trust when they know that you're not trying to be something that you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think, like, from my experience, I find that white people don't respect black people who try to act or be white.
Thank you.
They respect black people that don't give a fuck about trying to fit in with white people. And like me personally, I found that I felt like I was always someone person that wanna, we're running the Starbucks. Do you want something? We're getting lunch. When you walk to the meeting, Karen, I saved you a seat. You know, like that kind of. No, I'm good on you. I don't want to hang up. But I think it's that over time, I think what it is that prove, hey, I'm a cool white person. Hey, I'm not a racist white person. I don't know what they're trying to prove, but white people who know that you don't care about their whiteness and you just all, absorbed and engrossed and invested in your blackness, like they work 10 times harder to try to get your attention.
Right.
I'm going to take that coffee, though.
I have a JC CD. It's okay.
Right.
Regular shit, man.
Right. Hey, but you know what I noticed is that because I grew up like in a diverse neighborhood. I grew up in the suburbs pretty much. And what I noticed is like the white cats that they'll try to too hip hop it. They'll try to rigor it up. Them motherfuckers are the most racist, to tell you the truth. Like they really are. It's like they're hiding that with the. I understand your vernacular bullshit, and I think a lot of us will be fooled by that because look at he's cool, he knows the slang, he knows some of the lyrics to my favorite song, whoop whoop, and then we get fooled by thinking that because they understand our culture, that means that they're not racist or they like us more. It's kind of like where I see brothers where they'll try to throw in the whole the Egyptians were black thing as if white people don't know that, and as if that's the reason why they don't like us because they didn't know that we built pyramids and shit like that. Like, no. Like, they know that shit. Matter of fact, they really, if anything, that's what makes them even more go hard on you because they know our potential. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really impress them because you have knowledge and because of the great things. You can't do that, man. It doesn't work like that. And the ones that be trying to fit in too much, those are the ones that you really got to watch. The ones that will be themselves, like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones at least you know where they're coming from. It's like when I'm down south. You know who is who. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to buy something from the store. You know, like, they ain't going to take the money out your hand. You got to put it on the counter. You know if they like you or not because they're not going to really fake it too much. And I actually respect that more than this northern shit. Cause I'm in the Northwest, so everybody's liberal. Everybody's all acting like, the racism is just as strong. It's just a different angle that they use.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely.
That's facts.
Yeah, I much rather deal with the one that I know where I stand with them. That covert shit, bro. I can't rock with it. I'm not rock with it at all.
I would agree with that one. I let me know where you stand at. At least be a man about your shit.
Right. Right.
All that yelling out the window when you going in the opposite direction. That's some cowardly shit. You know? You can man up and tell me how you feel. Yeah, okay. Now there may be repercussions. But I'll respect the fact that you was man enough to say some shit.
Right.
That's just me. Hey man, we got some more callers in the queue if y'all want to take some. What y'all think?
Let's go. Let's go.
We got 30 minutes left to go in the show, so I do need to remind y'all to be brief. And before I do that, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's My Skin Is My Sin on YouTube. Make sure you go to KMLPortraits.com. Make sure you go to MySkinIsMySin.com. Make sure you definitely check out the resurgence of Do the Knowledge Radio. Shout out to my brother Knowledge Born. Make sure you check out Black Eye Stand Radio. Make sure you check out The Rundown with Renee. That is Liberation-Minded Media, ourselves included, that is. So check out liberationmindedmedia.net. Check out designsbymonet.com. Check out Black Spots, that's BLAQ spot.com. Check out melanatedpeoples.net. And Afi, I don't know why I cannot remember the cards. Is it melanatedgreatness.com?
Melanatedgreat.com.
And I think I got everything. I got all the plugs out the way, man. We got to do a better job at supporting our own people. That's why I've been trying to bust some overtime because I would like to buy some things. And Intellectually Petty is definitely not dead. It will be coming back, guaranteed. Love that line, so we definitely will be bringing that back. Let's get Shabaka back on the line. I think he want to get in. And then we got 4122 in the queue. What's good, fam?
What's going on, y'all? All right, man. Also, too, be sure to mention Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, man, coming to you, man, from Central California as well, too, and we bounce back and forth to the back. But I just want to comment, man, on a couple of things because I heard a brother earlier speaking of Muhammad Ali a while back in the podcast. Okay, now I was there during that time when he was in exile and coming back into the ring, and the thing he did set was a very, very positive black male image for us. You see what I mean?
Right.
As opposed to these current athletes that you got going on. Now, Sister was saying in regard to LeBron, you know, doing this thing with the school and what have you. I too doubt it if it's going to be an Afrocentric curriculum or Afro-centered curriculum, and I think he's just doing that there for the general public. But also, too, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to understand is that during the 1970s, that's when we started getting dumbing down as a people coming up out of the pro-black liberation movement. Because what they don't tell you is you had the civil rights movement, but you also had the black liberation movement. And this is the history that they tried to erase from your generation, you see. And Ali was the key factor in that history, right along with the Black Panthers and what have you. So, but lately what has been happening is that these outside groups have been coming in, getting our people going for their cause, and they're taking away from what we need to do as far as our cohesiveness is concerned. And because being down here in the Bay Area, I'm looking at all this money that's being made over here in Silicon Valley with their rules, regulations, algorithms, and their bullshit, you see what I mean? And this is how they mess with us when we try to communicate with each other dealing with bare essentials of production, which is land, labor, capital, and risk management. So we have to emphasize that more because as some of you brothers were saying is that you came up there in the suburbs and whatnot. But look at how those other groups of people train their children to maintain businesses that the families already have.
That's the key right there.
Absolutely. That's precisely my point. Yes, sir. That's exactly what my point is on it right there. And Ali did speak of a great deal of cohesiveness as far as education was concerned and commerce was concerned. Now, keep in mind, when you control these two elements right here, now you can come in and control the political spectrum. You know what I mean? As you was mentioning yes, sir.
I can't remember who the brother that was that called earlier, but to a certain extent, you know, we dropped the boat. I mean, we dropped the ball, rather. You know, on the educational foundation,
with the crack
continuing from that point.
See, what happened was, with the crack epidemic, that there shattered the family unit. You see what I mean? Also led to the mass incarceration. And
hey, Shabaka, you still got some a bad sound going on over there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, man, yeah, because I was still out here in this wind, man, blowing here in the wild, wild west. You know, I was hoping that I was minimizing it. All right. Okay, but what I'm going to do, man, yeah, but I just wanted to drop that right there, man. So I'm going to sign off for right now because I'm out here, you know, ripping and running in these streets.
All right, no doubt, man. Be safe out there, bro.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that sound like he is actively in the revolution.
Facts.
He has like the best voice.
You say what?
Yeah.
He has the best voice.
Yeah, I be trying to work on my shit, man. I hate to hear my voice play back. Oh, it just sounds like I'm not a fan of what I sound like. I really am not.
Yeah,
Think about what you sound like. Think about what you sound like. Have y'all have y'all did a show since the homegirl came on?
Yeah. Actually, no. I take that back. No, we haven't. I did some practice run shit, just on the YouTube.
Man, I was checking that show out. Like, I could not believe the angle of shenanigans old girl came with. And you know what? Look, what really upset me about that shit? Because you went out of your way to be respectful, bro. You went out of your way to be super duper respectful and try to, you know what I'm saying, make you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, and then they come with that bullshit, everything from the agentry to the not caring about other people's lives and not having any kind of tolerance for. It's like, yo, and here's the thing, man. Like, you know how I feel about it. I really didn't support the show per se. However, I understand as a media platform, your job is to have people that you don't necessarily 100% agree with and let people get their thing out. So I understand all that. But I knew that there was going to be some fuckery on that show, excuse the language. And the reason I knew this, I didn't know it was going to be like that. But the reason I knew it is because it's like when you put your sexuality on front, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate homosexuals for the record, okay? I'm not cool with the agenda. I understand what it is. But when you make that the forefront of your identity and the forefront of who you are, your sexuality. So imagine us making our sexuality the forefront. Imagine us going to try to find a job or do something. The first thing we want them to know is who we like to have sex with. That would just be like a red flag to like, yo, what's your agenda, bro? Why are you telling me this before you're telling me your skills? So when you're doing that and you're in this movement, it's only going to always be some type of opposition because, for one, he has to prove his manhood. He has to prove he's still revolutionary because he's still in his mind probably hasn't really fully accepted it or feels like he has something to prove because of it. So rather than being able to focus on what he's trying to do, I'm going to tell you the truth. I actually know homosexuals who you wouldn't know they're homosexuals because everything they do, that's not their move. Their move, they understand that, you know what I'm saying, what we need to be doing is trying to get our people straight. No pun intended, but you know what I'm saying, we're trying to get our people on the level. And then, like, yo, it would be wiser to be like, okay, look, let's get our people where we need to be, and then we can internally, as a people, decide how we're going to fit in, you know what I'm saying, thereafter. But when you make that part of your agenda, not only are you taking away from what the struggle should be, but also you're going to feel compelled because the agenda is real. So I noticed how he was saying things like, what was the words he was using, the phrases he was using, like something like procreative agenda, procreation.
Hey, bro, you got some. Yeah. I think that's you. Hold on one second. Let me try one thing.
And this is
hello?
This is the thing. Yeah.
Oh, Jay, you there, bro?
Yeah, man.
Oh no, that ain't your phone. That's Alfie with the background.
I'll just make a long story short. I just knew that it was gonna be like that just because like his agenda. That's part of his agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause we shouldn't even know he's gay, to tell you the truth. If he's really just concerned about the liberation of our people, that where does that come up in the conversation, really? Like where do you go to a job and be like, yo, I like natural hair and big booties. Oh, by the way, yeah, are you guys hiring? You know what I'm saying? Side note.
I mean,
well,
honestly, you know, I'm gonna disagree with you. Honestly, the show was called "Can We Be Gay and Pro Black?"
I understand that.
So, yeah, being gay was a huge part of the topic that you should have been talking about. The niggas got a flamboyant, feisty personality. So it wouldn't have mattered what he came on to talk about. You would have got the same thing.
No, I should have listened to Alfie in the first round. The whole reason why the show was, but listen, the whole reason why the show was "Can You Be Black and Pro-Gay" is only because he has let that be known to the point to where that's part of his identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So right there, that already set it up. That not just for that show. I mean, just overall, it had nothing to do with just my skin is my sin. I'm saying, like, overall, he's already set himself in that situation where that's always a part of. It's always going to be a part of the conversation, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm saying is if he just happened to be gay, but he's just out there doing it, and you know what I'm saying, that was a side note, like what he does in his personal life, that's his business. But if he was really truly focused on, yo, this is what it is, we're trying to build homes, we're trying to build schools, we're trying to get, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to get this nationhood, we're trying to get self-sufficient, we're trying to do this A, B, and C, then, you know what I'm saying, the side note would be that he's gay. But that's not. The headline is that he's gay and an activist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, our sexual preference really shouldn't, all that shouldn't even come into conversation. That shouldn't really be part of who you are. Like, if you identify with your sexuality first, no matter what, it should be a red flag, because that's a sign of hypersexualism, if you ask me.
And you know what? I'm gonna keep it a stack, and I'm gonna move on with that topic and get to 4122. But I should have listened to Afi in the first place. She was right. I was wrong. I'm gonna get to 4122 right quick.
Hold on. Can I disclaimer real quick?
Go ahead.
The two pettiest people on earth. All right, now y'all know my disclaimer. I got two siblings. Both my siblings are gay. I'm the furthest thing from being homophobic at all. Yo, gay men and scorned women are the two pettiest people on the face of the planet. So I figured they're the absolute pettiest people. You know what I'm saying? So like when the whole idea came about, I said, yo, let's go. I said, let's go for it, because it's a topic nobody talks about. You know what I mean? And that's why, we wanted them on the platform. So, I mean, you was expecting, like I said, bro was on Revolutionary Shades. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. At the end of the day, man, he was neck rolling and all that. You had the clip playing and all that. Said, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And all that's cool, man. But it's about respect. It's about respect with us, man.
Yeah.
Ratchet hoes are gonna act like ratchet hoes no matter what the situation is.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Can I get to this next caller, please?
Just real quick, I've never heard you have a character like that. You was hot. You was heated, bro. I'm glad you didn't have a heart attack, but go ahead and get to your call, man.
That nigga Jobs channel this inner trick. It's Detroit, bitch.
Man.
He channeled his inner old dog.
Hold on, let me get the 4122 right quick. What's good, fam?
Good evening. This is K-Mac. How are you?
Doing good, Queen. How you doing?
I'm good. I told you I would moonwalk onto the show and listen for a minute. How's everybody this evening?
Oh, we're doing good.
Okay. You hit on a point, and I'm going to be very brief as far as liberation is concerned in our people. What I find, me being who I am, there is a lot of discussion, but there is almost no discussion on how to get from point A to point C. People don't really understand the processes. Like, we should be political. They don't really know how to help people to become political. Some people don't even understand what that means, because everything we do is political. However, a lot of people that are in this revolutionary movement, and on a side note, revolutionary means to completely tear down and make new, or take the existing system and completely change it around. So it's really noticeable. So you got two things as far as revolution is concerned. But what I see is, I hear people say, oh, folks go to school, to work for somebody instead of build their own jobs and have their own businesses. The thing is, you're not telling people how to go about step by step to make their own business. Right. You're not telling them how to get the capital to make their own business. You're not teaching people how to not be capitalists and focus on black economics. You're not teaching people how to be political activists. You're just, there's just talk. And, it's sort of like, you're trying to get people to do something. I don't see why people won't pick up their guns. I don't see why people won't, go out here and fight. It's because you're not telling them how to do it. It's not common sense. Being political is not easy. Being political takes a lot of steps. Being political may or may not take a degree. It all depends on what level of politics you want to be involved in. Right. Being a business owner, it can be very easy or very complicated. I talked to someone today, and they were like, "Oh, I need to to get an EIN. And do you know what an EIN is? And they were like, no, not really. It's called an employer identification number. Oh, yeah, I saw a company charging $99 for that. Actually, if you go to IRS, it costs you nothing because that's the owner of the EIN. You see what I'm saying? We don't teach one another the stepping stone. So people are not going to jump out there if you don't teach them how to do it. I'm not going to do it. You tell me, let's go on out and let's fight. Fight what? With what? Who's giving us the
ammo? We do tend to hoard a lot of information.
What kind of we do it? Yeah, it's just we talk, but we don't understand the processes. And then you have those, you're in the white man's school. Look, the majority of the subjects that we have came from us anyway. Go learn it. Go learn it. There is nothing wrong. I mean, K through 12, when I grew up, school was awesome. I don't know what the hell they call it now, but, chemistry was my 6th grade class. That's a high school class. So it has definitely dumbed down. So I see the differences. But, when you start hitting college and universities and doing masters, you get a little bit closer to information. Information you can use to bring back to the people. You filter it through your understanding of the world and bring it back to the people that look like you. You can tell them the process. I usually say, I went and got my bachelor's and master's so you didn't have to. That's how I see it. This way, I can better navigate those seas and help people, hey, you want to do a business? This is one thing you can do. This is another thing you can do. This is how you go about doing A. This is how you go about doing B. This is how you go about doing C. A has this implication. B has this. You should be able to break it down.
Right.
But very few people, and it's like the people that talk the most have no clue how to get from A to C. They just know, we need our own land. Okay, so what you going to do when you get to that new land? Any rules? Or are you just going to run around insane? Because if that's what you're going to do, I'm not going. I'm saying, I'm copacetic. I am not going. But we don't think about that. And on my feed, you see what I post. I post some of our Black history. Like, this is Black August. And a lot of people think that Black August is just about George Jackson. No, there's a whole lot more to that. A whole lot more to that. And I plan on, building. I mean, Black August started because, a brother received such poor medical treatment, he died of it. And that was my post for August 1st. That's what started the observation of Black August. But the only thing they want you to focus on is George Jackson being in the courtroom and this and that. That is not the start. See, we only like the sensationalism, and that's part of the problem, too. There are processes. There are levels to this stuff. This revolution is being televised. We just don't realize it. We are fighting on multiple planes. It ain't just throwing bullets at people. Man. That's the least. That's the least of the revolution. The other part is education, mental health, food, nutrition. That's part of the revolution too. But we don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with that, and that's going to be why we're not getting it all together, because we're not really dealing with it. It's who's got likes and who's got the biggest mouth, and that's what I'm seeing. So it makes it a little harder for those of us who are trying to do things and get things done, because, folks, we got to try a little bit harder than most because there's no trust. And there's no trust because people talk and aren't really doing or not explaining the processes. You have to explain the process.
That is some real shit. And, fam, we got like 10 minutes left. I want to I don't think you're not going to hear this on the blog talk, but I want to see if I can hear this video through the YouTube. So y'all going to have to bear with me.
Just imagine the perfect small business that you could start. What would that look like?
I need to figure it out.
You'd be able to work from home. You wouldn't have to rent expensive commercial office space. Number 2, you could do it part-time. You wouldn't have to quit your day job. Number 3, you could make a lot of money doing it. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I want to know. All right, so I just figured out that I can't actually play that video and still talk on the Blog Talk, and I can hear both while I'm on the YouTube. My apologies for that delay, but I didn't need to know. Hey, I need to also figure out this Skype shit too, man. So I might, somebody gonna have to look out for me. Somebody gonna have to Skype in when I'm doing a live stream, so I can figure out how to actually get it on there. I looked it up on the YouTube, did the tutorial, but I ain't got no actual guinea pigs. Somebody look out for your boy. Anybody got anything they want to say? How does anybody get in contact with you? You selling anything?
Follow me on IG, striving for perfection _43. Just stay tuned, man. We're gonna have some new fresh shows coming up for y'all, man. You really love us, share the show with your family, anybody you know, share the show. Spread the love, man, and that's all I really got. I ain't selling nothing yet. So
yet. That's the key word.
I ain't selling nothing yet.
Good, bro.
I ain't selling nothing yet.
Yeah, we got Black Accent Radio. We got the Republic of New Africa coming on with some members from the United Negro Improvement Association. Of course, on LiberationMindedMedia.net, you can go to the Royalties Apparel and get the gear. It's actually selling on the street pretty good, but however, we're gonna do $20 out the door with shipping for all orders on the shirts and the hats. What else? Check out Liberation Minded Media YouTube page. We need 1,000 subscribers so we can go live from the Liberation Minded Media YouTube channel. Of course, my personal channel, I'm blocked from going live for whatever reason. But you know what I'm saying. Y'all need to get over to Liberation Minded Media on YouTube and subscribe.
That's a fact. Queen, you got anything you wanted to say?
Yes, Melanated Greats will be having Melanated Greats artwork. Actually, we'll be having sale for Black August. I don't know when it's going to start, but it's going to start in the next couple of days. So if anyone has been purchasing anything, there should be a good discount coming. You can go to melanatedgreats.com to check that out in the next couple of days. And there will also be a really good sale on Garvey Day. So look out for that. And also RMC's new project for the Master Teacher edition of the Melanated Greats playing cards. And that will actually go on pre-sale on the 5th. So
dope.
I like that.
Dope.
Queen, you still there? Hello? Queen? I think she must have muted herself. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But don't forget to tune in to check out the website, myskinnismysin.com. Also, still learning some things. Well, I actually just started really trying to learn some things about it. So look out for some new shit coming from that. And hopefully we can get this dating game together. I think that's a really dope idea that would benefit two lucky people, hopefully. I think that's about it. This was a dope show. It was a really good build, man. Shout out to you, Jay Dizzle in the building. Shout out to Rome the Plug and Queen Afi as always. And everybody else that tuned in and called up. We definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all know we like to end some shit with some songs. And I honestly can't remember what this one sounds like, but I know I have heard it because I believe that I put it in here. If not, we'll hear it together. Let's check out this Gensu Dean, A Game of Death, right quick. And salute to y'all. Peace. And we'll be back next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'll add it. Peace.
Like it's happening. Like it's happening.
The drive on the major with a banger respect. With a clap of them traffic, cause my sneakers so fresh. With it vote for who the dope and who the absolute best. Oh, they think you niggas dope cause they ain't heard the guy yet. So the drive on the major with a banger respect. With a clap of them traffic, cause my sneakers so fresh. With it vote for who the dope and who the absolute best. Oh, they think you niggas dope cause they ain't heard the guy yet.
to get on to. Shit, my pastor pack chrome too. Keep it real, let them know the deal. What the fuck else I'm supposed to do? Savages be on they nigga shit. Ignorance, but I got immune to it. Plus my seeds become scientists. Really, my sons are fucking scientists. See, we descended from some higher shit. That's right. The slave farming and his congregants. But that's besides what the topic is. God with the promises. Who cares if Obama cares? No, I am not a black apologist. And if you God, do what the knowledge is. That flag ain't matching with your outfit. Fag flag, I'm glad Lord Jamal outed it. But let's get back to the point and purpose of why I brought me to the surface like these fifth intangible currents. Then distill it back to the earth in contradiction of all your worthless servant, accursed merchant churches who have done gotta rate this service. Earth is spinning out of cause. What I'm spitting out of cause. You will resist that first cause force. You always do. And every measure meets resistance until everything in existence tell you shut the fuck up and listen. This was written on a voice. Your heart and Venus as a boy. You'll swear you've heard this shit before. But it's so much more than mere minor. God born in a manger with a banger's respect. With a clap and stick him traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. With his vote for who the GOAT and who the absolute best. Oh, they teach you niggas folks that they ain't heard the God said. See the God born in a manger with a banger's respect. With a clap and stick him traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. With his vote for who the GOAT and who the absolute best. Oh, they teach you niggas folks cause they ain't heard the God yet. I'm the furthest thing from a rapper. MCs believe these G's are hereafter. These E's can CC, so we'll be hereafter. All this nigga shit done run its course. Ain't no monkeys left to decorate these practice courses. Times of war, you best believe I bring the swords and torches. We all believe the king's seas can be reduced to orphans. This thing violence is the ebb and flow of love and war. You love yours, but I'm convinced I love mine more. Fighting positions, what this off the grid grind for. Non-rides, civilized, no concubines or whores. Living scripture, Prince of Prophets, now it's chapter 4. This shit ain't ever been about no lyrics. How the fuck does a queen give birth to niggas? Oh, that's some European conditioning. Telling you everything ain't everything. So you submit to the downward spiral pathologies. You breathe go viral psychology, MP survival. While you bow and do what I'll do. Enemies surround and confound you. You believe shit cause it sounds true. And that's not what it boils down to. See, you were lost until I found you. God born in a manger with a banger's respect. With a clap and stick 'em traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. Yeah. A lot of rappers don't be saying shit. Am I the only rapper saying this? Yes, I am. They feel they white fans ain't gon' pay them shit. They feel that white man ain't gon' make them rich. They leave they black fans in ignorance. You know, acting old niggerish, clapping indiscriminate. Target Mr. Crazy shit, nothing but some baby pigs. Shot up a funeral today they did. And I hate the hater shit they paint us with. Seems like every time I rhyme address they shit, they be like, hey yo, who these haters is? When foolishness getting rewarded, finance marketed and exploited, wisdom's useless and the truth is indiscriminately distorted. But I accept this as an artist. Yo, shit ain't hip hop if it's corporate. It really ain't. So says the soul sonic forces. So says the reaper to these corpses. The God born in a manger with a banger's respect. With a clap and stick 'em traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. With a vote for who the GOAT and who the absolute best. Oh, they teach you niggas folks that they ain't heard the God said. See the God born in a manger with a banger's respect. With a clap and stick 'em traffic cause my sneakers so fresh. With a vote for who the GOAT and who the absolute best. Oh, they think you niggas dope cause they ain't heard the God